Let's bring you some updates from India now. At least 21 Indian Navy personnel have tested positive for COVID-19 at a naval site establishment in Mumbai. 20 of the infected are sailors of the INS Anger. Most of the cases are asymptomatic and have been traced to a single source, which is a sailor who tested positive on April 7th. There has been no coronavirus case on board ships and submarines so far. And now for more, we are being joined by our principal diplomatic correspondent Siddhant Sibal on the phone line. Siddhant, a very good morning to you. Tell us, it seems 21 Navy sailors have now tested positive in Mumbai. So what measures are being taken to isolate them and contain this infection?
Well, standard protocol is being followed. All these people who have been found infected have been isolated, and of course, we know that many of them are asymptomatic, which means that they are not showing any symptoms of COVID. But by and large, the good news, of course, is that there is no case of infection on board any of Indian Navy ships or submarines, which is a very positive news, because we have seen what's happening with the naval assets of the Americans and the French, who have been coming under pressure with a lot of people, a lot of Navy personnel found infected. But this is an offshore naval establishment in Mumbai, and primarily the location has been now under lockdown, and these people were in fact living together, and now of course they have been shifted to an isolated zone quarantine. So standard protocol is being followed. We also know that the Indian Army has also confirmed infections last 2 weeks. 8 people were found infected. In fact, the first case was found in an army personnel in the Union Territory of Leh. The person got infection because of his father, who had come from Iran, but that person has now been confirmed okay, in the sense that he has been discharged after 3 tests and after he recuperated from the COVID, and now we know that numbers have reduced, but by and large we know that the Army, the Navy and the Air Force had given internal orders to make sure that all orders are being followed when it comes to COVID, like social distancing and people following all the rules and regulations, especially in the cantonment area. So Navy, Air Force and of course the Army has been taking precautions, but by and large the fact that 21 serving persons have been found positive is not a very positive news, but of course they are asymptomatic, and that remains a glimmer of hope for the Navy. But by and large, the Indian forces have been taking all the precautions when it comes to the COVID crisis, making sure that the COVID crisis does not spread in the armed forces.
So we know that these sailors are asymptomatic as of now, but do we know any more details about how these sailors caught the virus? And we know that Mumbai is one of the worst hit regions from this virus.
Well, no details have been given how they got infected, but one thing I can tell you that Navy's Ghatkopar quarantine facility had hosted the evacuees, the Indian evacuees who were brought from Iran, and these evacuees have been sent back after spending approximately 21 days there in quarantine period. But that can be one of the sources, but there has not been any official information regarding it. We also know that the evacuees from Iran were brought to Army's quarantine camp in Jaisalmer and Jodhpur. Almost 50 have been found positive now with COVID, even though when they left they were tested properly and they were found negative for COVID, but when they reached here they have been found positive. So by and large there is obviously a worry, and of course, as you have mentioned, that Maharashtra, Mumbai, one of the worst impacted areas because of COVID. So this is a looming threat. This is something that is a worrisome factor for the country, and we know the numbers are increasing rapidly. In fact, just a short while ago, the Indian government updated the numbers regarding the COVID.
Right. All right, Siddhant, thank you so much for your inputs. We'll come back to you for more as this story develops.